This is way beyond ethnicity, religious, or whatever you may like to call it fight. Do not be a keypad warrior to enhance bigotry. The truth is, a lot of people in Nigeria, especially the local areas, do not have the basic amenities that is needed for survival.
I'm by name Sheikh Usani Muhammad from Takushara, the indigenous of Takushara, secretary to the village heads. We really appreciate your coming to this community.
I'm an indigenous of this community and I'm a civil servant. I work with the federal government of Nigeria under the office of SGF, under NEPAT, Nigeria. Thank you for this opportunity given to our community, because many community will try to have this access or opportunity to interact or to say their problem. And I'm very happy today that you come here to just give us that opportunity to express our problem and the community development. This community I seen is one of the oldest communities in the FCT, and it's one of the biggest community that has very peaceful coexistence with different people, different backgrounds, different religions, and we stay in very peaceful atmosphere.
This community, briefly, has come as a result of mining, because the history that was in right for our fathers and our grandfathers, that the family started as a result of what? Mining, which is, they are calling it quarry. That's why they now put it as the name of Takushari. Even though from this various, this kind of this SCT, before you are see a white man, you have to come through this community before you see him, because the moment they come, they just come and settle in this place. Then where those different people, different languages have start coming for the result of what? Mining. And from that place now the place has been settled, which is today we are reached up to this kind of population. Most of the occupation of our people here, they are mining and rearing and farming. Those are the three cardinal points.
Firstly, our major problem is the FCTA, the Federal Capital Territory Development Authority, because we have written some letters to them for the community development, and up to now there is no response, and our people are not happy. We learned that the FCT administration, there is budget. We have one iron smelting historical village here. We heard that the FCT budgeted almost 60 million to 70 million annually for the development of this community and for the iron melting site. In that time, the former secretary on the SDS, under the community development department there, is a nephew to late Chief Awolo Abatumi. He come here, he show us love, because that time we have hope that he says he's very unhappy that he made this our community in this desperate way, because he learned that this community was budgeted money every time so that the community will be development under the Settler Town Development Authority, because our village is captured under that Settler Town Development Authority. If you can see the other villages that we have in the FCT under the Settler Town Development Authority, like Rishi, you can see the infrastructure that the government has put on place. And we learn our community is one of those beneficial communities. And this Aporo settlement is also captured under the Settler Town Development Authority. But we wonder why that the government has not put any infrastructure to us. Senator Philip Tanima Duda donated poles here and the extension of the light poles. The senator has built a 3-block of classroom to us. He added another 3-block of classroom with VIP toilet there. And he built a small primary health care here.
One will expect that in a community where a lot of mining activity is ongoing, there should be at least a good healthcare facility to cater for residents in case of health emergency and electricity to power medical equipment.
This is not the case of the Takoshara residents.
I am Musa Autamonde by name. I am voluntary staff here, and I'm CHU, Community Health Essential Worker. So we have a permanent staff here, only one, which is in charge. Our in charge is only a permanent staff. So all the other staffs here, we are voluntary staff. Actually, our problem here, we are facing a lot of problems here due to we are lacking some equipment. When in the facility we have even like some forceps, there are some forceps we will normally use in terms of work. Even we are lacking a bed self in our ward. We have only one, and if you look at the bed that there is not one. Even sometimes a patient complain what kind of bed is this, and the ward itself is very chopped up. It's not, there's no gap and all the things. So in facility like this, there must be a true ward like female and a male ward, but here we don't have. It's only single ward. So and like I said earlier, we are lacking a lot of equipment, and also staffs. If you look at when we go to the aspect of labor, so our staffs here, we don't have female staff or midwife. So midwife are the only people who can do to aspect of antenatal care, things like that. During labor, they are the one to stand for it. So and we don't have those staff. Even when I started this work, I know that here sometimes like government do supply some drugs. Like today, it's no more. We are not seeing drugs, and patients are coming. We will not see drugs, and that's how we be struggle to get drugs and other things. So sometimes we use our own personal money to buy some drugs to keep in case of any problem in the night. So there's no way you can run up and down, especially where something happened in the night. So yeah, we have to like invest our decent to buy some drugs and keep for ourselves so that we can make use of it. So and if you look at our look at our ceiling, all of the things like this, all this and without like even now we don't have cleaner. Like me personally, every morning I wake up and clean all the places. Understand? So which this thing has what is not encouraging the community so that they can make use of that, they can patronize this facility as their own facility due to what? The lack of equipment. When you come today, when the things that you need to work with, you don't have it today. Sometimes we do refer them because of what we are lacking some equipment that we can make use of them. So we do refer them. So from there, people will not think, okay, since it's like this, I will not come. Even then I go there, they'll still refer me to another place. They'll say, okay, what's the function of this? Since we have a facility and there's no equipment, and they'll always say, and when people come, they come with the intention that yes, when they go to private, they'll think, okay, it will be cost for them. Understand? Even a tablet of 500, they'll be calling 1.5 for them. So for them, they come here as a government facility. So when they come here, thinking that okay, when they come, if it is 500, yes, they can afford the 500. But when they come, they will not see things like that. We have a pharmacy. Yes, you have a pharmacy, but there's no drugs. You understand? There's no drugs. Even the drugs and drip and other things. So all these things, even though when we have a patient, we do go out to buy them. When there's an emergency situation, we use what we have at the moment. If we don't, then if it is something critical, then we quickly refer them so that they can rush to another place where they can have a proper treatment.
You would agree with me that children who reside in local areas deserve equal opportunities so as to be able to compete with international communities. Let's fight for what truly matters.
My name is Adam Musani, an acting headmaster, early primary school Takushara. This early primary school Takushara has established 2002, which it has started with 100 pupils. And what is going on, if you can look at the community, is a large community that I think it needs necessary this development of the on the community. Number one, if you look at our school, we have the challenges. The one challenge is if you look at the school environment, there is no fence. That is number one. Two, we didn't have enough teachers. Then three, we didn't have social amenity like these lights and so on. One person is teaching the whole subject in the class, while it's not supposed to be so. And if at all now, if you can look at it, the remaining classes, not the all class that teachers are available. Even like primary one, we didn't have a teacher. We are just running, like I myself, I used to enter the primary one as a head teacher to teach. That is where we are having the challenges. And if you can look at it, the fence, there is no fence, which are insecurities, is all over in Nigeria. Well, if there is fence, I think you see every places will be in order. So those are the challenges we are having. And if you can look at the classes, there are classes that are windows, there is no windows, there are no doors, which are the fence, there is no fence. Everyone can come and enter the class without excuse, which is not supposed to be done in that way. So those are challenges we are having. We are now crying to the government, the NGOs, if at all we can have this, they can render their assistance to us, for us to have a teachers enough, so that I think when there are teachers enough, these pupils, students will have a confidence of coming to school and be having a teaching at all given time. Because one teacher can teach 1, 2, 3, 4, he will be tired if we can be justice to ourselves. Some books are outdated, let's be frank to each other. There are books, those books that were here were outdated. We need the functional books that I think is functioning at this era, isn't it? So we want new books, these textbooks and others, so that I think the teaching will be very effective.
My name is Raham Abdul. I am from LEA Primary School, Takushara. I am in primary 6. There are the things that we don't have in the class and outside the community. We don't have enough chairs, and we don't have many teachers. We don't have computer classroom with laptops. There's only one teacher that is teaching the whole subject. We need textbooks, enough chairs, computers, and we need doors also.
This community is not alien to mining. In fact, over 60 years ago, millions of naira was made from Takushara village. Nigeria's mining sector boasts 44 different types of commercially viable minerals worth an estimated $700 billion. According to Solid Mineral Development Fund, SMDF estimates. But limited capital injections, inadequate geomapping tools, and widespread illegal mining have left the West African nation struggling to capitalize on its reserves. Since precious stones were discovered again in commercial quantity at some sites in Takushara land by local miners, life has not remained the same for residents. You would think this is a breath of fresh air for Takushara residents, but the turnout is shocking and heartbreaking.
My name is Epson Eglon, Santali of Takushara community, title holder of the community leader. Present the community in respect of any good things that come in the community. In respect of good things that come in the community, one of the good things that came to this community is the mining activities. As you can see, if you go around the community, you can see people are busy doing the mining activities. There are some companies that came in with the intention of doing mining work, which is lithium, and this is a new development that came to the community. But we are finding it very difficult because of the way the community is operating within the sectors, especially in the site. You know, this mining work is something that needs to do with labor. You have to use your manpower and so whatsoever. But the challenges we are facing in that work, is what is the benefit of the community? It's not that the company should come and absorb all the mineral resources and go away with it without the community benefiting it. It's not that we just go and do the work and have peanuts. No. There are so many things that the community need to benefit in respect of that work. So we are appealing to the government in the mining sectors for them to come in so that they will boost out that mining activities in this community. This community has been known for a very long time in mining activities. It has been established by mining in the ancient time.
Communities who look fortunate based on their proximity to fortune, but are in reality as unfortunate as misfortune itself. A life of resources and potential in abundance, but impoverishment in excess for the majority. Such is the case of Takushara, a village under the Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMAC, located on the outskirts of Apo Mechanic Village.
Do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on your notification bell, like this video, share and comment.